I'm sure you heard about this incident in Glasgow a couple of days ago because lefty activists, propagandists, Muslim activists, propagandists, media outlets, they're talking nonstop about this, might I add, isolated incident where a white man who could be mentally disabled, nobody wants to entertain that possibility, and everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon of Islamophobia. Now, let me say that clearly once again, as I have said many times before. Incidents like these, vigilante terrorist acts like these, not only are morally wrong because you don't know who you're running into, the person you are just picking out of the crowd just because he or she looks Muslim might be a perfect person, might be a really good person. So it's just morally wrong, but it is also strategically stupid and dumb because of the very reasons that I'm about to discuss with you. Let me first play you this video. This was the moment that person, that white Scottish man, was apprehended. Again, as I said, he could be mentally challenged, he could be mentally disabled, which is a very favorite go-to reason given whenever, it's someone who is non-white. Remember the incident a few days ago where a person, a British man, threw a child into a crocodile enclosure. They said he was mentally disabled, and I am willing to accept that. It could be the case. They didn't even charge that person, but they said he was a British man. And again, all Muslims jumped on and they were like, haha, see, he wasn't a Muslim person. But when you look at his name, doesn't look very Western to me. But let's put that aside. Let's have a watch. Let's have a look at this video.
Protecting the country and these fucking miserable bastards raping our young daughters, raping our kids. Enough is enough. I have had enough.
That's all we've seen. Now, as I said, he could be mentally challenged. Regardless, we cannot justify this behavior because it gives a reason to these propagandists. Look at him. This is Mehdi Hassan, who barely talks about Muslim crime. He still is not willing to acknowledge the existence of rape gangs. The same week that Rupert Lowe put out his bullshit rape gang report, falsely claiming Muslims raped 250K white girls, and same week Elon Musk amplified it on here, this happens. Is anyone surprised? They are inciting violence against Muslims and emboldening extremists. Have a look at this one. The notorious white guy. He is probably, unarguably, the most racist Muslim politician. Actually, no, there's some more. It's actually reminding me of another Muslim MP who is as racist as they get. Look at him. Hey, Rupert Lowe, you blew the dog whistle this week and people have reacted exactly how you wanted them to. Over 4 million Muslims live in the UK and you have made every single one of us a target. You should be utterly ashamed of yourself. So these people are basically saying that don't highlight the crimes of Muslims. If Muslims do something, don't talk about it because that's going to put a target on us. Look at this one. Bushra Sheikh. Rupert Lowe publicly said Islam was the problem. We stand by that. The terrorist attack in Edinburgh is on people like him. He continually puts a target on the backs of Muslims. Words matter. Stop pretending they don't. Now, first of all, I replied to that. I said, if telling the truth is putting a target on your back, then I'm sorry, it's a you problem. I said this to Mehdi Hassan. Stop raping non-Muslim girls so there are no mass rape reports. There are no mass rape reports on Hindus, on Sikhs, on Buddhists, on Chinese. There are none. You know why? Because they're not raping white people, white girls. But how bad is that? They will stop at nothing. Look at this woman. Remember this woman? She's a Muslim MP, Naz Shah. Look at this. These are legitimate screenshots. Someone posted this. Exactly, Arik. Those abused girls in Rotherham and elsewhere, like in Telford and up and down the UK, all over the UK, and elsewhere, just need to shut their mouths for the good of diversity. And look, she even liked that. She first retweeted that and then she liked that. Exactly, Arik. Those abused girls in Rotherham and elsewhere just need to shut their mouths for the good of diversity. She retweeted it and liked it. They will stop at nothing. No matter what you do, they will never take any responsibility for the actions of their community. And look, I'm willing to grant them that. I have many Muslims in my family. None of them have any criminal records. None of them. But if you stay silent, if you try to sweep the problem under the rug, if you're not going to call out the bad apples in your community, and every time when someone else does it, first you excommunicate them, i.e. people like me, or you just start crying Islamophobia, where will it end? It just wouldn't end anywhere. But as I said, this is an isolated incident. I can't remember of any white person doing anything like this at all. Thankfully, no one was harmed. There was no fatality. 5 people were injured with non-life-threatening injuries. But look at this, Mehdi Hassan. Not only they are accusing non-Muslims of highlighting the problems in the Muslim community, they're also complaining that the media is not covering it. An absolute utter lie. Every media has reported this. Every media outlet has reported this. The calls of Islamophobia have been amplified by those media outlets. Look at him. The scandal is not that the Jewish community received solidarity. It is, and look, they always make everything about the Jews. Always, without fail. I'm sure they're going to find out some link with this guy and the Israeli government. Somehow they're going to find that. Don't be surprised if that happens. It is that the same instinct simply has not been extended to Britain's Muslims. There has been no Cobra meeting. Not a single newspaper outside Scotland has carried the Edinburgh attacks on its front page. Oh, they're happy that other media outlets haven't put it on their front page. Excellent. Wow. Okay, so I'm sure you heard about this. I'm sure every one of you would have heard about this. And I'm sure every one of you decent people would have condemned this. Because as I said, not only is morally wrong, it's actually strategically stupid because it amplifies the cries and the shrieks of Islamophobia of these people. Gives them the excuse, gives them a perfect cover to hide the bad apples of their community or the problems of their community. But let me tell you, I'm sure the next story that I'm about to tell you, you didn't hear about it at all. Why? Because again, it was the usual suspects persecuting, stabbing, hurting the natives. Check this out. This happened in Speaker's Corner. A Christian preacher.
Rude, that policewoman.
Well, they have to be when people aren't.
Oh my God, they're putting up, what you call it? Tape. Gee, putting up tape. Oh, Steve, I never saw it happen, did you?
This happened at Speaker's Corner, where I have never had the courage to go to because I know it is inundated with Islamists. Remember Hatun Tash? She was stabbed twice, once in the face, once in the gut. Multiple people have been stabbed by the usual suspects. But Mehdi Hassan, Hamza Yusuf, Bushra Sheikh, none of these Islamist propagandists ever talk about it. They don't even mention it. A Christian preacher and his cameraman, both bloodied, both stabbed at Speaker's Corner. You didn't hear about this. But at the same time, while that was happening in Edinburgh, sorry, I think I said Glasgow. I think it happened in Edinburgh. I'm pretty sure it happened in Edinburgh. While that incident was taking place in Edinburgh, this was happening in Birmingham. Look at this. A group of, not a group, groups of masked Muslim men chanting Allahu Akbar, hunting down British patriots because yesterday, some British patriots came out and they were just protesting, waving the Union Jack. That's it, exercising their God-given, perfect, legitimate, constitutional, historical right. The right to protest is sacred in the Western world. But these people don't understand that. Look at this. They were chanting Allahu Akbar and out there hunting those patriots. But nobody will talk about this. Hamza Yusuf, Mehdi Hassan, they will never talk about this. I bet you didn't hear about this. One of them was actually brave enough, I wouldn't say stupid enough, because, you know, these guys know what they're doing and they know they are a protected class. Nothing's going to happen to them. He uploaded this in Birmingham. Looking for British patriots in Birmingham. Listen to him.
Yeah, quick one, yeah. We're active.
Is that a knife? I think it's a knife. No, it's just his fingers.
So yeah, the protest is on today. And I'll say it straight. You mandems ain't coming out. You like ain't men. You're supposed to be coming to protect your community, protect your mosques, yeah, protect your family, protect the Muslim Ummah.
Muslim Ummah. Why is there a Muslim Ummah in the UK anyway? Why is it there? It's not your country. Go back.
protect the community. And if you're not staying at home, being lazy shits, you don't need to fix up and be a fucking man. Because I say it straight, I want to see bare mandems come pull up. We ain't taking no fucking bullshit from any of these motherfuckers. I say it straight. These racist pricks. You get me?
These people still think that the accusation of racism is more severe than these people hunting down the natives in their own country. Well, their time's running out. I'm sorry. They can act all aggressive, hostile. They can intimidate or provoke. They can act tough, but I don't think it's going to end well for them.
Be on it. Be a man. Show people what go on. Don't be little bitches. We're ready, and inshallah.
He's actually shaming his own community because there are a lot of Muslim men who probably haven't come out. The very Muslim men that we say there are some good people in there too. So they know that too. They're appealing to those good Muslims. So the question is, for how long those good Muslims are going to remain good?
They can't stop us, and they'll never stop us. Inshallah, be ready. Anyone needs details, shout me. I'm in Rock, hometown, ghetto, we're active. A couple of mandems are on the way. We're meeting at a certain location. I don't want to put it on the public because you know how the pigs are.
Pigs, obviously, Birmingham police.
But message me, you get me? And then I'll drop you the locations, inshallah. And then we'll take it from there. Assalamu alaikum.
So obviously, you know, he's hiding his face, but people know who he is. That's why he's saying, message me. How hard is it for the Birmingham police to hunt him down? They won't do anything. You know why? Because they're absolutely shit scared of them. And look what he says at the end. This reminds me of someone who says this at the end of almost every single video.
Allah. And then we'll take it from there. Assalamu alaikum. And remember that, lads.
Remember that. You know who else says that? This clown says that. Remember that at the end of every single video.
You have to answer for your sins. Remember that.
See that? He says that at the end of every single video that he uploads. So is it that hard for the police to pay him a visit? Ask him who this guy is? They wouldn't do that. Sometimes I actually think that they want this to happen. I just have to say this. Just remember they're not the victims. Every Western country you look at, it's the same problem. It's the same people. As I said, we're the Hindu terrorists. We're the Buddhist terrorists. Just remember this. This is nothing. This is just 3 major terrorist events that I've shown you. There are literally hundreds, if not, actually no. Somebody posted this not so long ago. I believe this number. Between 1979 and April 2024, we recorded 66,872 Islamist attacks worldwide. These attacks have caused the deaths of at least 249,941 people. Obviously, this is an estimate because not everything gets calculated, but these people will not end at anything. Look at this. This just happened. This is Wigan, UK. They're preparing an army. Look at this. What is this? They're literally training in British parks. What is this? That's like a military parade. It's all happening under our noses, on the watch of our governments. Look at this Muslim woman, okay? This is a Muslim woman telling you how things are. Listen to her.
I came here expecting that, okay, I left the bad guys behind. But unfortunately, what I found here is that the bad guys are already here. They include many of the people I knew from 15 or 20 years ago when I was an undergraduate student. Now they are leading the protests that are happening all over the country. I know they are members of the Muslim Brotherhood, although many of them deny that they are. They even organize the protests in the same manner that they were doing back then, 15 and 20 years ago, the same way of mobilization, the same flags, the same narrative, even the same dependence on Al Jazeera footage and news stories. So it's like a deja vu for me. Everything is happening, but in the United States. That's why I'm here today with the hope that we can find a way to prevent what happened to my home country, Egypt, from happening here to the United States. Because for me, the United States embodies all the important values that I've been fighting for all my life, including human rights, women's rights, and democratization.
Well, she should leave Islam then, but I appreciate her for telling the truth at least. Guys, I cannot stress enough. I can't tell you how scared I feel sometimes when I see that these great Western countries, they're all under attack. And we have these lefty, woke lunatics who don't understand this. And I've said it, well, I don't need to say this. I think all of you understand. Anyone who understands Islam understands that these woke lefty lunatics will be the first ones on the chopping block. I've said it before, the Christians and the Jews will be given an opportunity to live as second-class dhimmis, second-class citizens, also known as dhimmis in the Quran. They will be given that choice. But woke lefty lunatics, LGBTQ people, atheists like myself, will be the first ones on the chopping block.
I don't want to see this going away by any means. So I hope today we can come up with an offensive strategy that can help us make this happen before it's too late.
Yeah, we got to do this before it's too late. The cost of inaction has exceeded the cost of action. Look at this. Listen to this. They don't even hide it. This happened in the UK. Look at this.
I'm not here to tell story. I'm here to rule. Fucking rule.
To rule?
I'm here to rule. To rule you, to rule Trump, to rule Elon Musk, to rule Netanyahu, to rule Jews.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
With that attitude.
What a strange thing to say. It's
a very poor attitude.
You're a great guest. You're a great guest in this country.
No.
You're a great guest.
What guest?
Yeah, so you're a guest here, and you're saying you want to rule us.
This is my land.
Is it? Okay, got it. Okay.
Like,
Millions and millions of people are our responsibility.
Sorry, say that again.
This is Allah's land. The whole world is... Listen.
UK.
He's not trolling you. There is a hadith where Muhammad says, he's not trolling you. There's a hadith where Muhammad says the whole world is mine, and it's only a matter of time when the whole world succumbs to Islam. They genuinely believe in that. How can our governments allow this? This guy should just be deported for... you can deport him on the grounds of not conducive to the public good. You can deport him just for that. How is that not breaching the peace? But what happens when Lawrence Southern goes to a Muslim area in Sydney, or if conservative activists go to the UK, they are told that you're not welcome. You have to leave because you're breaching the peace. What is this?
Why do you have so much pride? UK. Listen, I'm answering to this. The whole world, everything which is in your consciousness is limited, man. This is why you are talking this kind of,
So the whole world is Allah.
Everything is Allah. What is world? World is a planet. Earth is this man.
It's quite common. Around the UK, it's quite a lot.
So this what you do it, huh?
Well, yeah.
It's been reported on.
Yeah.
Report.
This arrogance is coming from somewhere. Look, he's an Afghan. He's confident. He has a theological belief. He's well trained. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he's come from. He knows what kind of mentality they have over there, and he's projecting it here because he's well trained. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I actually wouldn't be surprised if these people are militiamen. And suddenly one day we're going to wake up and we're going to see these people are just randomly stabbing people. They might have guns too. We know they have guns in mosques.
The police crime statistics.
There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot.
Police are liars.
Uh-huh.
Not denying the police.
All right, good.
All right.
That's good, man. Yeah. It's a nice weed. Let's have a look at it. Oh, we'll have a look at it. You brought it up in the conversation.
I don't want to show you. I'm just telling you.
Don't show me then. Don't care that much. Of course it is. There you go. Good for you, man.
Oh, is that why he's telling the truth? Because he's high on weed? Oh, that's not weed. What is it?
That's not weed.
It's mixed with tobacco.
It's drug. It's heroin. Why do
It's not very nice.
That looks like a very new T-shirt you've got on there.
Yeah. Who gave it to you, bro?
I know. You all right, guys? You okay?
How's it going?
This is non-stop provocations, non-stop. But rest assured, as I said, Islamist propagandists and useful idiot woke lunatics like Zach Polanski. Zach Polanski jumped on the bandwagon too. I didn't have time to show you his tweet. Guys, it's falling apart. I'm actually surprised what happened in Edinburgh doesn't happen more frequently or more often. Not saying that it should happen. Definitely not justifying it, in my opinion. it is stupid. It's a strategic, stupid move. We have numbers on our side. We are morally, objectively, we are right. We're in the right. And that's our biggest weapon. And that's why hopefully Keir Starmer will be kicked out, and Andy Burnham, who's going to replace him as the worst prime minister in UK's history, he's going to surpass Keir Starmer's achievements. Some people say he might call an early election, and if that happens, the ballot box is our last hope. And that's it. We need to mobilize people, not patriots. We need to mobilize everyone.